Hey, Screaming Geek Media here. I am Jerry the Geek. Today we're going to talk about Morbius on 4K. But before we do, if you like physical media, 4Ks, Blu-rays, DVDs, if you like home theater, movies in general, or even I'm throwing some Xbox stuff in here and there. Please check out my other videos, like, subscribe, and turn your bell notifications on. So this video we're going to talk about Morbius on 4K. The movie came out in 2022. Not a lot of fanfare around this one. It seemed like it kind of bombed at the theater. A lot of bad reviews on it and a lot of hate out there. The movie stars Jared Leto, Matt Smith, Adria Arjona, Tyrese Gibson, directed by Daniel Espinosa. Now, I didn't get to watch the movie until today, and I don't know the Marvel comics of this. I'm not familiar with the characters, so I went in unbiased mind. I was completely open and knowing nothing about it. So I actually thoroughly enjoyed the movie. So not knowing the characters, comics, whether it follows it or not, that could be part of why people hate it. I don't know. Some people don't like Jared Leto, but I had no issues with him doing a role here. He plays Michael Morbius. He's got this very rare blood disease he's had since a kid. So he's devoted his whole life. He wants to cure himself and others with this. And also his best friend from childhood. He starts splicing his DNA with that of a vampire bat. Takes a serum himself. And of course, it's almost like a vampire version of the Incredible Hulk. After taking a serum, he gets a bloodlust and wants to kill. And he, can't control that. There's even one part where he's being interrogated, basically rips off a line from Incredible Hulk, but he just changes one word. He goes, "You wouldn't like me when I'm hungry." Again, since I wasn't familiar with it and I was unbiased, I enjoyed the movie much more than what other people did. Now, the 4K release came from Sony. It came out last June, just months after the theatrical release. The movie was completely filmed in digital, has a 4K digital intermediate, HDR10, Dolby Vision. In this one, it's hard to actually express highlights of the film. In my opinion, this was it was on par with any other 4K out there. There was really no standout moments, nothing that wowed you, nothing I would consider reference quality. It was just good. It was 4K. And a lot of the movie is filled with a lot of dark scenes. Your solid blacks and whites, high contrast is very well done here. Close-ups of the skins, facial hair, the pores, sweat, clothing textures is really well done. Now, as far as comparing with the Blu-ray, very minor differences between the two formats. Just a little bit upticks in the details, but the Blu-ray looks pretty good in itself. In my opinion, if you've got the Blu-ray, this is a 4K is probably a hard sell here. Even with the Dolby Vision, the colors, have some nice stand-up, but they don't jump off the screen like there's some of the other 4Ks I've reviewed. So here, check out a few shots comparing the Blu-ray and the 4K. We'll come back and talk about the audio, packaging, and the bonus features. We'll see you in a couple minutes. Now for the audio track, they gave us a Dolby Atmos with this, and where the visually kind of falls flat in my opinion, the audio track makes up for it because it is phenomenal. I don't have Dolby Atmos, so I'm just judging by the 5.1 track. Incredible. I had it turned up, and from the get-go when they're down in Central America, to capture some of the bats, with a close-up of the waterfalls, all the water coming around, the incredible bass coming from the waterfall is pretty intense right there. The echoes inside the caves, and later on when they do the echolocation effects, that was very well done. Very good use of surrounds, well balanced across the front, clear dialogue. So phenomenal audio track here. Now for the packaging, this came with a slip cover. I know normally I throw slip covers away, but I'll probably hang on to this one because it's a lenticular. This is pretty cool. I was surprised since I just recently bought this was still available. Standard to keep case. Different artwork on the Blu-ray and the 4K. Also came with a digital code. So for the bonus features, we have outtakes and bloopers, lights, camera, action, defining the anti-hero, the good, bad, and ugly, supporting cast, doing the stunt work, nocturnal Easter eggs, from human to vampire, and more. So to wrap it up, this is a nice solid release from Sony. Kind of a hard sell if you have a Blu-ray. I didn't see a big difference to upgrade to a 4K. I got this at a decent, I wanted this when it came out, but the price was way too high. And I don't like paying over that $20. I guess I can't remember what I paid for. I found it at Target. And it was actually a really good deal, so I snagged it. Again, I enjoyed the movie. I'll definitely watch it. I'll watch it again eventually. And I think it's a nice addition to my collection. Is if you haven't seen it, keep an open mind. I'm thinking if you don't know anything about the comics, or the characters, I think you might like the movie. And like I said, I'm not sure if it follows the comics or not. I don't understand what all the hate is with it, but yeah, I haven't heard too many good things about the movie. But again, I enjoyed it. I really did. So I at least recommend you giving it a shot. Right now, it's selling for $17.49 on Amazon. There's a couple different versions available. Also, there's a steelbook version, which I think was sold out, but you might be able to find it. So that pretty much does it for my look on Morbius 4K. Please check out my other videos on my channel. Like, subscribe, and turn your bell notifications on. We'll see you again. Geek out.